Hello everybody, I'm going to present some of the generalities we're going to cover during this semester in the subject of Intermediate 2. To start, this is the agenda. I'm going to start talking about my background. After that, we're going to see some of the generalities of the subject. Then we're going to talk about the online sessions. Then in part number 4, some of the contacts that you must have just in case that you have a question or a doubt related to the subject. Then in part number 5, we're going to see the platforms you're going to be working on, okay? After that, we're going to see the evaluations that you are going to perform during the 3 different periods, right? Then we're going to see the rules, and in the last part, we're going to see some of the resources that we're going to be using in this new modality. Now let me introduce yourself. My complete name is teacher Gabriela Melissa Beltran Rodriguez. Everybody calls me Teacher Gabi in the university, and I live here in Santa Ana. This is part of my academic experience. I graduated from Bachelor in English at Unicaes. Then I started my master degree in Asesoría Educativa. Now I'm just working on the last part of my research project in order to graduate this coming June. What about my work experience? I started working as an interpreter in a foundation. Then I worked at American Express. And in 2017, I started working as a teacher. I have taught some different conversational subjects like basic, intermediate, advanced, and also I have taught some others like linguistics, phonetics, readings and conversations, etc. I have had the experience of working with different people, for example, with teens, with adults, and also with children. Believe me that I really love what I do. I love teaching, and I hope that in the future you feel the same. What about the generalities of the subject? We're in section A, right? And this is the schedule that you have to take into consideration. We're going to be, we're going to have classes from Tuesday to Friday, and this is the time that you have to follow. You must wake up early, you must take a shower, right? Also, you must take breakfast, and at 6:45 you need to be in the session. We're going to finish the classes at 8:25 a.m., right? And this is part of the main objective. What do we need to do, or what is something that we must accomplish or to get right at the end of the semester? Students will be able to improve the mastery of the 4 basic skills. We're going to improve the listening, the reading, the writing, and speaking with different material. And how are we going to accomplish that? Well, we're going to apply some different techniques, okay, and strategies, right? Taken from different tools. For example, the Suggestopedia, the TPR, the communicative approach, etc. And all of them are going to help us to develop or to stimulate, right? In other words, the acquisition of the English language that you are going to be practicing, okay? So all of that, it's going to be a very useful resource or useful resources that are going to help us, right? Just in case, well, in this time, right, that we want to continue learning a second language. What about the online sessions? Now that we know about the schedule, it's very important that we take this part. Due to the situation that you already know, right, all the sessions are going to be online and we're going to be having the classes through Google Meet. I think that now you have like a better idea, right, how this works or how this app works. And you are going to find the link weekly in Moodle. Okay, so every week you're going to find a new link, okay, because we're going to be working with a different link each week. So you are going to find it in over there, right, in Moodle. Remember that in order to enter to the sessions, you must have your institutional or a Gmail account, right? So be careful about it, and this is very important. Try to be on time, right? So that we can start the classes in the time that we have, right? And we can start on time. Also, you are going to turn on your camera and microphone when it is required. Okay. What about the contacts? This is my institutional account, just in case that you want to write to me. Okay. Just in case you would like to ask about, or you have a question, or you have a doubt related to the subject, right? It could be about an activity, it could be about an exercise, it could be about an evaluation, right? So feel free to write to me in the time that we're going to set later. So this is my institutional account. Also, maybe we can have the option of working, I mean, in order to have like more communication in a messenger group, or maybe we can have WhatsApp, right? So that's something we're going to discuss later in the way that can be like suitable for you, right? And also remember that we can have also the inbox, right, from Moodle. So just in case that it's better for you, you can write it to me over there. What about the time that's going to be set for the different consults you have? So remember that you can write to me, I mean, as I mentioned before, for any emergency, or maybe a doubt or a question that you have about something. So this is the time that I have set. You can write to me from Mondays to Fridays. And what about the time? This is very important, and try to take it into account, please. You can write to me from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and no weekends, right? So all these dates in this time, I mean, I'm going to be available for you, but just try to be careful, right? Remember that sometimes we have situations because of the time, right? That maybe you are asking about something like at midnight or very late, and that's something that cannot happen, right? Remember that I have responsibilities, you also have responsibilities as well, but try to respect, right, the time and also the dates that I'm giving to you. Okay? Just in case that maybe I cannot answer it, I mean, because of the time that you have written to me, I will do it, I will try to answer, right, the following day. What about the platforms? Remember that we're going to be working with these different platforms, right? The first one is about Pearson. Remember that for this one you must buy a license, right? With a password and also with a user, right? And in that way you're going to be able to see the different exercises and practices that we're going to have in class. We're going to be working with the book of Top Notch 3, right? And I think that, well, it will be great that you can get the license as soon as possible. Also, we're going to be using the Moodle platform, perfectly, right, the way that it works. And over here, I will be uploading all the material and all the things that we're going to be using during the semester. So try to check it constantly, okay, because over there you're going to find out all the information about the subject. Over there, we're going to see maybe some quizzes, maybe some practices, all the material, and etc. Right? Try to work on the exercises, the homework assignments, and activities assigned by the teacher. You have to be aware, right, about the different activities and evaluations that we're going to develop in the semester. What about the evaluations? This is the most important part about that. And as you already know, it is divided into three different periods, right? In the first one, we are going to have a listening comprehension. After that, a vocabulary test and story reading, a written exam, right? And the oral interview that are going to be part of the last partials, right? Over here, you have the percentages about each of them. Try to work hard, right? Try to do your best according to the evaluations that you can have. So over here we have the dates. This is only for the first period. What about in the second one? In the second period we have a written alternative ending according to the first to one of the first evaluations that we have in the period that we had before. Then we're going to create an infographic about life plans, After that, you're going to create a role play. This could be in groups, right? About regrets in the future tense. Okay. And at the end, we're going to be having the written exam and also an impromptu speech. Remember that in the impromptu speech, we're going to have some different topics that you have to study, and at the end, you just have to talk about it. Remember that, well, over here you have the percentages and the dates that you must take into account in order to perform all the evaluations, right? Try not to procrastinate so that you can deliver all the evaluations on time. And what about the third period? This is the last one. You are going to have holidays and traditions wiki, right? Later on, I will be explaining a little bit more about it. Then you are going to create an animated presentation that is going to be about an invention and a discovery. After that, we have a listening quiz on modern world issues. And at the end, we finish with a written and an oral exam, right? So over here, you have the percentages, the dates, and remember that all the activities are based on the different units that we are taking from the book, right? So all the topics in that we take are related to the units that we have in the top-notch 3. Remember that activities and also dates might change. It could happen, right? Remember that maybe we can have some different circumstances or situations, and in that way, some of the activities or some of the dates can change. Okay, so just try to take it into account. What about the rules? Attend the sections, okay, just in case that maybe because of an emergency or something, all the sections are recorded and you can find them in Moodle, right? Be on time. Please try to get up early and try to be in the section on time. Try to respect the dates for the evaluations. This is very important. Work on the activities and exercises assigned by the teacher. Okay. Try to check the platform constantly. The two different platforms that we're going to have, and this is very important. Participate in class. Remember that that is the purpose, right, about studying another language. If you don't participate, if you don't try to put into practice, right, what you have learned, I mean, it's going to be difficult that maybe we can improve the language. So that's why try to participate. Don't feel afraid. Don't feel like don't be shy about participating. Remember that that is the purpose. Everybody is learning. Everybody commits mistakes, right? So just try to participate, okay? That's the purpose about studying another language, in this case English. Be responsible with different stuff, okay, with all the exercises, activities, and homework assignments that I assign. And the most important one, speak English in the class, right? Try to be interacting with your classmates, just speaking in English. Just if you have a question, try to use the language, okay? But please don't speak Spanish. Just try to do it in English. And in the last part, what about the resources that we're going to be using? We're going to be applying some different materials, resources, apps, right? Like Google Meet. Also, we're going to have Moodle, right? This is an important part in order to have exams and etc. Also, the Pearson platform, right? And we're going to see some other resources. For example, Canvas and Pictochart in order to create infographics, right? Also, generally, just in case you want to have some cool presentations. Also, we are going to be using Google Drive, YouTube, right? And other resources that are going to be very helpful for you during this semester. Okay, so this is all class. I hope that you have liked this presentation. Any question that maybe you can have, you can contact me. Okay, so just try to take into account everything that we said in this presentation, and have a good day. Okay, bye bye.